Hello, everyone. Welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker Training. I'm Richard Carlton at fmtraining.tv, where every day is an exciting experience in the world of FileMaker, where we're learning from each other about how to make great FileMaker solutions, how to make them effective for our customers, how to have good return on investment. Those of you who've been watching, I have been working here at Big Valley Aviation in California, actually in Stockton. I drive by Nick's old house all the time. Very exciting. We are here where they are actually going from paper to FileMaker, and you saw some of this last week. In fact, I wanted to cover the upcoming broadcast schedule because it's kind of a pickup of that conversation. So we got today, we got tomorrow, we got Wednesday, we got 3 days of Nick, way too much Nick. And then Thursday, Leland Long will be picking up the conversation on JSON and JavaScript training. Leland's quite good at that and training. He is awesome, and we are very excited to have him here. Then Friday, I will be doing a kind of a pickup conversation because I've been building. I took FM Start. Once again, we eat our own dog food. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We eat our own dog food. I don't use other products. I use FileMaker because I'm a FileMaker consultant because I believe in the product. How about that? Shocking. And so as a result of that, I started this customer project here with a copy of FM Starting Point 23 Lite version 1, and I've gone through and discovered that it is unnecessarily complicated. And so I'm going to be working on that over the next week or two, lightening it up. But in the near term, we had this notification system we talked about last Friday. For those of you who remember this, and Kyle knew that we were working on already. He's like, didn't I recognize that? Yes, it's what I would refer to as a transient notification system. It's a way of notifying people about events in FileMaker without getting in front of them and slapping them aggressively where they have to click a dialogue, like show custom dialogue, click, click. Are you sure you want to delete that? Click, click. Are you really, really sure you want to click, click? Just stupid. So the idea is that transient notifications are something where you can throw it on screen, it lives for a little bit, it animates, it jiggles, and it flies off a screen. You could also set it to change the colors on it, change the artwork on it. It's basically JavaScript powered. I don't do JavaScript. I just know that it's easy technology to recycle. Kyle's kicked out a couple versions of it. So the goal for us is a beginning and intermediate conversation on notifications. And so that's what Friday's going to be about. My goal will be to kick out a variant of FM Starting Point Lite V2. It'll be the V2 version on Friday. I'm taking what I learned here. I can show you right now, but you saw it on Friday. The ability to, with a script, just to say, shoot in a blind. You don't have to wait for it. Just start it going, and then you keep doing what you're doing, and it throws a animation, a little notification on screen. And you can have it come from the left, from the right, from the top. But implementing that, it should be in Starting Point. It should be in the FileMaker platform. Margaret, thoughts about supporting if someone wanted to support the channel because they loved all the free we gave them, how would they support the channel?
You go to fmtraining.tv. I think you automatically land on live training or our courses.
You're supposed to.
Yeah. And then there's this shiny little thing called bundles, the perfect starter kit. And it is. We have 3 options. All 100 plus hours of really high energy video training for people.
High energy. I can't imagine who would give you high energy training. As I choke down a double caffeinated drink.
Highly recommended for beginners, intermediates, people who forget, like, oh, hey, I haven't done, relationships in forever, or man, I don't remember the last time I made a server. We cover all of those topics.
Last time I made a server. Learning about the FileMaker platform is a good place to start to support the channel because Nick ain't free. In fact, Nick is about to give you more free, but he charged me for that. I got billed for this. Nick, Margaret, where is the next version of Nick's super amazing hot air balloon kin solution? Is that you guys have that yet?
Yes, that was distributed. I'll distribute it again. Last week's version is available now, so let me go grab the link for you people.
So it's free for you, but I had to pay for it. So just keep that in mind. If you feel like, if some of you have no problem with endless free, you expect everything in life to be free hot air balloon rides, I can't help you people. But if you understand that not everything in life is free, and you want to help support the cause, feel free to buy one of the training bundles. That's all I would ask.
And everyone who's bought it, thank you very much. We appreciate
a bunch of you have bought it, and you are awesome. Feel free to buy 2 or 3 more extra copies just because. So Ken, are we ready to go? Nick, are we going to transfer command to Nick? Nick, are you there? And are you actually in the Grand Canyon? Or are you still in Greece? Where are you at?
I'm in Greece. I'm staying here.
Okay.
For some time. That will be my house.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. I am going to transfer command, Margaret. We got Nick. So Nick, it's off. Go, baby.
Okay. Thank you, man. So thank you, Mark, for the introduction. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. And thank you, Ken, for being there another day. So always good. So today we're going to continue this series, right? So we build a file. As we build it, we encounter a new theme, right? A new topic, right? So every day we have a topic, right? So as we advance, as we build something. So last week, we saw all this document stuff and stuff like this. But this week will be all about relationship, right? And I'm going to show you the voodoo side of the relationship. Okay, so we all know the relationship, like A to B, or one to many, many to one, many to many. We know all of those things, but there's some side of the relationship we don't know. Okay. So I call that the voodoo side because it's not really documented. Okay, on the Claris website, you can find some videos here and there in YouTube, but nothing where you have what you will see. I already did webinars based on the relationship, right? So Marge, I think we have many webinars based on this.
We have a 10 webinar series on it. Yeah, I'll go find it.
So because but it would be like an application, a real world application of what we discussed, right? So I have a need right now with Ken's file, and I need to use a relationship. So now I want to explain you something. The relationship is not just for what you know it is. The relationship can do many things for you. Okay, many things. And by the way, I have solution, in the world that build solution with 1,200 scripts, 300 tables, something like 75,000 fields, and I rarely use a script with a perform fine. I pretty much never use constraint, right? Constraint file set, never. Because I transfer that to the relationship. Okay? So that's a reason for that. I explained that many times, and I'm going to explain again. What happened on the managed database? So let me share my screen right quick, right? So it will be easier to understand what's going on here. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to use that file for this. Everything that happened in the managed database, right? You are in the heart, you are in the core of FileMaker. You are in the core of FileMaker. And everything you do here, right? Everything you do at that level, everything you do in the calculation on the fields, on the relationship, you are pretty much programming FileMaker Pro itself. It's a door, it's a gate that gets you inside the core of FileMaker. So that means is it's super fast. What happened here, it's extremely fast because you are inside of FileMaker, inside it. Everything that happened on scripts, it's like running an application, right? It's like running an app on top of FileMaker. When you run script, you're not into FileMaker, you are onto FileMaker, right? Everything that happened on scripts, it's much slower, much slower, okay? But the trick is this. You can ruin your performance very easily using this relationship map if you don't know what you do. So that's why many people say, oh, I don't use relationship because it's slow. But no, it's because you don't use it right that it's slow. The script will be slow. You expected it to be slow, so you don't complain about it. But when you hear about the relationship to be fast and you cannot get it, then you get frustrated because you say, okay, it's not fast, it's a lie, I don't use it. I keep my script, right? This is what happened, in the mind of people, right? So I'm going to explain a little bit of relationship, but first, I'm going to explain what we want to do because we want to apply something here, okay? So here we have documents. Remember, we're still in this document stuff, right? So we have documents, and we have for each document, right? We have IDs for the type, right? So we have a different type. This is medical. This is certificate back. This is flat review. This is headshot, and this is another certificate back, which I shouldn't have it, but it's because I was doing a test. So I have certificate front, I have, the headshot, the flat review, the certificate back, and the medical. So I have many, many types in that list. Each type, right, is a record in a table, right, where I have all my types here. Okay. So this value list here, right, is related to this, right? If I go there, if I put a document somewhere, okay, I have all my, okay, here. So here, when I select a document here, so this list here, right, is tied to this, pretty much, right? So if I add a new one, test, if I had something here, we did that last week. When I add something here in that list, I have it immediately, right? So those two, this value list here is connected to this field. But you can see here for each of them, I have an ID, right? I have an ID, which is a UUID, so unique ID. So for each of them, I have an ID. So each time that I'm selecting a type here, right, I'm getting an ID inside this record, right? So if I go to what's the name of this? I forgot the name. Okay, T05A. If I go to look inside the, so this is how we do, by the way, when you have a related table, a related portal like this, right? Let's go there. When you have a related portal like this, right? So this is, I am in Ken Tilly record, and I have those 5 documents related to this pilot, right? This is how you can check what happened on the other side of the relationship. You say list, you call the relationship you want, and you keep, and you want to get the list of the field, for example. Here I have all the document type, and this is true. Medical, certificate back, flat review, headshot, and certificate front. So this is what I get here. But here I can say, yes, that's the type, but I want the ID. So I'm going here, right? I'm going here, and I'm going to call the ID type, right? So each time you select a type, you have an ID coming, right? This is a list of my IDs that I have, right? From the from the documents, right? So each record in a document, for each record of this, for each type, I get an ID in another field, right? In this field, I get the ID. When I select something in the document type, automatically I get the ID that comes with it. So that being said, now we all know, the regular relationship, kind of, typical relationship, right? So here I have people are connected to that account. That's the idea of the account. So if I go to the contact list, right? If I go to the contact list, right? So this I have a simple relationship. ID contact with the foreign key ID contact in ID account related to the foreign key ID accounts in the contact. So that is a very simple relationship. So if I go there and I look for, let me put the ID account here. Let's put this here. So this is the ID account. So if I look for the account, so this is the record, right? Related to that account, right? That account here, right? Is related to it, right? So here, by the way, this is happening, right? This is happening because the IDF here is set as a number where it shouldn't be. It was for my test in the so now we are good to go. So this is the ID account and the record. So now this is easy, right? But what happened now with the relationship, right? And let's say I want to make a relationship, right? So this is typical relationship, but I want to change this, right? And I want to add, another link, I want to add this. What is this? I can recycle this. Yeah, let's recycle this. So relationship, we can put here. I call that normally. I call link. What's the name? Link relationship filter. Okay, a relationship IDs. Let's call it like this. So I'm changing this, and I'm making that a global field, right? I'm making that a global field because I want this field to be for me only, right? You know the globals, right? And I want to be able to put whatever I want there, right? I want to put whatever. And I'm going to use that field, right? I'm going to use that field on top of this. So that means I'm going to add a predicate. So we call that predicates. In a relationship, you can have multiple predicates. So I'm going to put two predicates here, right? I'm going to have the ID account, and also I'm going to put the country, for example, right? So I'm going to put that field here, this relationship stuff here. I'm going to put that here, like this, right? So as you can see now, this relationship is broken, right? It's broken, and because now I have two predicates, right? I have the account and I have the relationship, this one. But this one is empty. When you have a relationship and one of those two parent keys is empty, parent key, I'm talking about parent keys. If the foreign key is empty, we don't care. It will just ignore the record. But if I have here a parent key that is empty, one of these empty doesn't work. It doesn't work. The relationship is broken. So I need to put, right, something here. And now I have something, right? Now I have something. I have people with Greece. right? From this account here, from this account, it shows me only the people from Greece, right? What happened if I remove that account, right? So I have only one guy from Greece, but let's add other people from Greece, right? Okay, so now it shows me other people, right? But from all my accounts, not only the one I was in, not only this one, it shows me all of them. What happened if I add the other one? If I add this one here, now it starts to filter again, boom. So now you understand how this works. I have two fields, right? Two fields, and I'm using two fields as a relationship, in a relationship, this one and this one. And this says this and this and this and this must match. That means I need to have something in the other table that match this and this. And in that, it's like doing this. It's like doing this. A search for this and country Greece. Boom. You have one record. This is what this relationship is doing right now. It's doing, okay, I have this ID and you ask me for Greece. So I show you this. Okay. But now what happens if I do this? Inside the same field, I'm doing this. Is added. So now, right? It says, okay, inside those people, I want the people from Greece and from France, right? Because I'm asking for the two in the same field. So that means those two fields call for two different fields on the other side, right? But here I'm calling data inside the same field. I'm asking for data. I'm asking for our what's the name for similar data in the other side on the same field. So in the same field here, what happens if I ask for California? Oops. Boom. Right? I have it. So I have add. He said, okay, I want in this one, okay. That's still the main filter. So the relationship says, okay, whatever this match and whatever this match, yes, now it's in reverse. Whatever this match and whatever this match as well. Okay? But in this, I'm adding multiple values inside the same field. So that said, okay, I'm asking for more. I'm asking for California, for France, from Greece. So, and you can put here as many values you want. And then it adds stuff, right? It's adding stuff. It adds, right? So now you have a better understanding of what's happened here, right? So do we? I didn't open Discord. Do we have questions so far? Ken, do you have a thing?
I don't see questions in Twitch or YouTube, and there is
Stu
a
has
question
one
in. Yeah, I just saw it. So in a relationship, different fields are and additional values, and a predicate of a relationship are or, correct?
Yes. Yes, they are or inside the same field, right? So it's it's a way to filters, right? So you can do magic things there. If I went very far with my relationship webinars on this. So pretty much, I was at one point, I demonstrated that we can replicate pretty much like a Salesforce is doing, right? So with the relationship, because you can go and you can do things that very fast. So for example, I give you an example, right? I give you an example of what you can do, right? And this is why I pretty much never use fines, never, because I have much more flexibility that way than fines. Because if you want to do a fine like this, do a fine like this. But something that you can change on the way, on the fly, Let's say I want Texas now. I want to replace California by Texas. Or I want to add California, right? Right? So see how you do a search like this. Because now that I have this, right? You know that, right? When I have something like this, I can easily transform that as a font set. I can make this a font set. This is a relationship on the polar, but if I use a go-to-read record, using that relationship here, I can make it oh yeah. I need to do the layout. I need to go to the contact layout. Okay. So I can make it a font set. Say, okay, show me the record of this. Boom. This is the records. They are here. If I remove Texas and I do it again, boom. I don't have Texas. If I remove California, I do it again, boom. I don't have California anymore. So I can, and that's my font set. So now you understand why you want to meet a crazy perform find on this. How you do something like this and you want to search for many countries. How you do that? Tell me, It's impossible to do something like this, right? It's a mess. So that's why I'm using relationship. So, but now I'll show you a advanced way to use relationship. But this is just a little snapshot of what you can do with relationship. I can stay 2 weeks on relationship if you want, right? It's a huge topic, but I want to show you something. Here I have the year of birth, right? So year of birth, I can put mine. I know his. So let's show all the people here. Oh yeah, see. So let's go revert. I can revert. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. So let's go to the record here, and let's change the year of, the year of birth. Year of birth. Do you see it? Birth to is DOB maybe? Yeah, it should be DOB. Okay, let me see. I don't remember the name of the. Oh yeah, it's DOB. Okay. So DOB. Rick, I don't know. We'll say 2000. Marge, I don't know. 2010. And Scott, I don't know. Scott, yeah, Scott, we put that in 1900.
Hey Scott,
No.
how does it feel to be the oldest man in the world?
No, yeah, it's okay. No. I don't know. I make up, And Ken, I don't want to ask you. So let's say we have the same age. Okay. So I have those things, right?
I feel younger already.
Okay, yeah. So I have this, Okay. So now I want to say, okay, I want another field. So this is okay. This is a good opportunity to show you something. Let's say I want to use the same field and add the DOB here, right? So I'm using the same field twice. So let me reorganize this. First, I want that. Then I'm using this field for the country. And then I'm using the same field again for the DOB. What happened if I do this, right? So it needs to find something like this. So now, right? And what happened if I put 2000, for example, right? Nothing, because you can do this, right? So you can combine one field and put all the information you want in one field. You know, if I put California here, now I have it. But if I put 2001, boom, California doesn't work. So you see, it is combining inside one field. You can do a super filter. A super filter say, okay, I want 2000, right? And California, right? In that account. So you have a filter, but you don't need an extra field. You don't need an extra field for that. You can use the same field and put everything you want and attach the same field, right, to this, right? But now, what happens if I do this? I want this to happen, right? Boom, you know, it's coming. But Greece is not coming anymore because I need something, you know. So that means I want to ignore, you know what I mean? So you reverse. So this now, he said, yeah, but I don't want, I want, you know, when you put a date, you want the date that are not there, right? So it's the opposite. So you can do really, really advanced thing here, right? So now I want to show you something else. So now I need to put the real data to get them. Now, let's say we remove this DOB. I want something else. I want a range, for example, you know. I want a range. I want from, you know, or I want to, I want to ignore, or I want to select a range of dates, for example, right? So this is my way to do it, right? In the contact here, as much as possible, right? I'm using tags. For example, I want a tag for somebody, you know, what's the name? Born in the 2000s, right? So somebody born in the 2000s, right? So you can use something like this, right? So you can do this. So I'm going to show you two manners, right? Two ways to do that. So first, I'm going to remove that. I'm going to create a new field. So I have a link relationship. I have this one. I'm duplicating this, and I'm calling that additional. Additional, right? So now I have two fields, right? Two link, two relationship like this. So I have this for the country and this for the DOB, this one, okay? This for the country, this. I have three now, okay? But I want to sort, you know, I want the people. So now I have this, and I have another one, the additional one, okay? So I want to filter this, but you have two ways to do that, right? You have two ways to do that. First way you say, right, that here you said this, inferior, right? And you have another field for superior. So you see, you filter, you say, I want from inferior of 2010 and superior of 1999, right? So you do this, right? So that's the first way. But it makes this very complicated, right? It makes this complicated. So you need another field, additional to, sorry, you need another field additional to, right? And do this. So it makes this looks complicated. It's so you have this one, so inferior, and this one superior, right? Something like this. So inferior, strictly inferior 2010, and strictly superior of 1999 to get the 2,000 people. But this is complicated. I don't like it because it makes everything complicated. I mean, it's cumbersome, and you need two fields. I have a better way to do that, and I'm showing you. I'm going to create a tag here that says 2000, right? It's a tag. So what a tag? It's a Boolean. The Boolean is 10. So we have a Boolean webinar, I think, for the people to see that. Yeah. So the Boolean, we use that extensively. I use that in that webinar many times, so I'm going to use it again. I want, okay, to say, so I don't know if I have yeah, I have it. I built a custom function that you have in that file. Right? I name that range. And what's range do? Let's save this. What's range do? Range do this. Range, I want 2000, right? And 2010. Right? But I want to make sure that I'm in 2000, so I say 2009. So this custom function is building a list of, numbers like this from 2000 to 2009. If I put 3000 here, it will build until 3000, right? But I want from 2000 to 2009. I want this, okay? This is what range do, okay? So what my tag will be here, right? So the tag will be, right? I'm doing the right way. My range equal this, okay? Range, we want from 2000 to 2009. That's my range. And the calc, what the calc will say? Pattern count, right? My DOB, see if that's the range. No, it's the opposite. Okay. DOB, no, the range. Is this in the range? Is this DOB, right? If inside this, I'll find DOB, right? That's what I want to do, right? Because it will build the list and check on this. If I have this inside this list, it will say yes, no. This will return yes, no. I don't need a case. I don't need. I'm just asking a question. Pattern count this. FileMaker will return 1 or 0, yes or no. That's what it will return. I don't need to say if patent count, range, DOB, then 1, otherwise 0. I don't need that. By default, I explained that many times. By default, FileMaker is making this, the Boolean stuff, right? Okay, so let's see what happened here. So I'm going to remove all of those things, get the DOB. So now let's replace the DOB by itself. Okay, who is in the 2001 people? So let's say I'm putting this guy in 2008. Bam, it is in 2000. The others are not, right? So now what I can do here, right, is easier because I don't need that anymore. I don't need that additional, right? I need that for the DOB, but I don't need a third one, right? So what I'm going to do here, right? In all my developments, and you should have this when you use, if you use the, what's the name? If you use this tag stuff, if you start using it, the tag, right? The 10, right? You need to have a global field in the parent table, a global field where you put a 1 there. You put a 1 or 0. You have 2 here, right? Here I have 2, but I need a 1 here. This is a global field where I have 1 inside, right? I have only 1. Okay. So now what I'm doing here, I'm saying I want the ID account. I want my list of countries that I want. I want, the DOB, but I want to exclude people in the 2000, right? So I want to exclude them, right? I don't want people in 2000. So here I'm saying this. Here I'm putting 1971, so you will find 1. And then I will put in here California. I have somebody in California. Country. California. They are in yeah. So let's put somebody here in 2002. And this one 1976. So if I'm putting this date here, then I have March coming because Greece 71. But now what happened if I'm saying 2000 here, right? It's not coming. Even though let's say I'm removing that DOB stuff. So I'm saying, okay, the people from the same account, from the list of country, but I don't want the people in 2000, right? If I put everybody here, right? So this is no longer valid, right? This is no longer in the relationship. But if I'm putting all the people I want here, people from 2000 are not coming. They are ignored. And even if I do this, right? I said account, not the people with 2000. Boom. I have all the people with 2000. I have all the people outside of 2000. Just because I have this tag and the relationship that it says ignore the one that has 1 here, right? It's the same as doing this, right? This looking for is the same as doing a find for this, right? And new request, ignore the people with the 1 here. Boom. That's the same. They're the same, right? So if you have no question, we can switch to the Ken's file.
We have a question from David Angel. In a report that gets between two dates, the tag will not work? Question mark.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah.
In a report, yeah.
In a report that gets between two dates, the tag will not work? Question mark.
Yes, it will, because you can make the tag. You can make the tag open. For example, if I create here, right? You use the same technique. Here, I said I put this static, right? Static, right? But let's say you have start, so you have a global start date, so it's a date, and you have another one end date, okay? Okay, and now this is the range. It's no longer 2000, and you say, yes, tell me, give me this between the start and the end, right? And let's say the creation date, right? Instead of DOB, let's say the creation date, right? This date. So you set the creation date between this and this. What is doing here? This is doing this. So, oh yeah, contact. I need to put that here. Okay. So let's say now I'm removing all of those things, and I'm putting the creation date and those two, right? Oh, creation date is not there. Creation date. Oh, here. Right? This, so we have date here. So let's say, I'm putting, I want to search. I'm putting here the current date, right? And another current date, but of next year. Okay? So what is doing? Nothing. Why? Range. I think it's time frame. Yeah, time frame. No? That's weird. Because range would have worked. But I don't know why. That's weird. Is it global? Oh, did I put because start date. Yeah, I put the end before the start, so maybe that's why. Yeah. Sorry for that. I put the end, I should do this. Okay, start end. Okay, I got confused. So the range do this, it's building a list of dates, right? On this, right? Right? So the tag here, so I have a tag, the new tag that I built, the tag range, right? I have none in that configuration. None. See, I have this one. Yeah, see? Yeah, I need to yeah. So I have 2 in that configuration. If I change this to 23, this goes away. If I put that on 21, this comes. If I put this on false first, it comes. I am this field, this date, it is in between this, right? If I do something like this, if I ask for the first, yeah, and this, for example, from the 1st to the 21, it says 0. This doesn't work. But if I said, because in the past, but if I said 23 is goes, right? So you have a tag. So based on 2 dates, start and based, and you check these 2 days in between to see if this one it is inside. So it is the same calculation of the tag, pattern count in the range, the creation date. So, and then now you can use that relationship here, right? To say which one is not in the range. That's it, which one has one here or doesn't have one here, because you can, for example, here in that configuration, right? In that configuration, here I'm asking for the one that doesn't have, that is not in between those 2 fields. It said one only, Nick Hunter, only this. But if I say here in the relationship, I'm going there and I'm saying, okay, no, include, not exclude, include the one with tag 1. Boom, now it's the opposite. I have all those people, but I don't have Nick Hunter because it's the one in that list that the one that has 0. If I remove somebody from, if I'm changing the range, right? If I'm changing the range, and I'm changing the range for, here, and I'm putting that on 29, is 0, and this goes away. So each time you put 1 here and 0 here, it goes away from the relationship, right? So you understand why this is super easy to manipulate, because you have a relationship, but it's much easier to manipulate with all these things that you can put there to filter, add, ignore, much easier than a perform find, which is a mess, right? So okay, so if you don't have any question, we can switch to,
I think we're good.
okay. So now here, so now we have this, right? What do I want to do, right? I have a certificate status here, right? And the certificate status tells me if it's valid or not if I have this and this. I need to have both, the front and the back. If one is missing, this is no longer valid, right? It's missing doc. It's no longer valid because 2 of those one of 2 of the documents are missing, right? Because I have this one, I have one of it, but I don't have the other one. If I have 2, it will tell me that this is valid. But if I remove this one, it said missing doc here, right? If I remove the other one as well, it will say missing doc because it's missing both of them. So I need to have this one and I need to have this one. Oh, I put back twice front. Okay. So I need both. When I have both, this be okay, right? So how we do this? We do relationship for that. So as I showed you, right? I have here a link, a field, right? For the documents, for the certificate back and front. So what this field is, it's a field where I have those 2 IDs always there. They are always there. It's a global field and it's there at startup, when you start your script, when you start your, where's the startup? 001. So this, yeah, there's a lot of 001. This one, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not real good with that part.
It's okay. I don't know. Oh, let's open like this. I'm showing you how I'm doing, right? By the way, I'm going there, select, and here you said edits. Okay. So here in this, I'm performing the set global script at startup, and the set global scripts, right, sets my globals. That means in the pilot, the link certificate front and back, I'm putting those two IDs. Always. When you start, I'm putting those two IDs, and those two IDs are the IDs of front and back. See? 0DF0, right? And D259, right? So I'm putting those two IDs in that field, right? So now it's easy to build a relationship to tell me if I have the two of them in my list. So I have a relationship in the pilot. Which one it is? Should be this one. No. Where is the creation select from the pilot? It should be this one.
Is it D?
Yeah, it's the D. Okay. So, right? Exactly the same configuration I had before with the account ID. And then I have this field where I have two IDs. Two, right? So what this relationship will return to me, okay? What this relationship will return. I'm going there, and I'm going to say a list of T05D, right? What do I have here? I have two of them, right? So if I go there, I have two of them. Correct?
Right.
Okay. So how I can, now that I have those two, right? I have in the certificate status here. This is what I have. This is my relationship, right?
Right.
And the count of that relationship must be two. Must be two. Like, let's say, is missing doc when the count of the list is different than two. So if it's 1, 3, it's not good, right? It must be two, not another number. The counts of this list must be two. So what happened here, if 1 is missing, right? So if I'm going there and I'm doing a list of the T05D, I have only one of it. So the count of this will return 1. Then it's missing. If I put this one back correctly, now this will say 2. Then it's not missing, right? Because I have 2. But if, let's say I'm removing one of those, He said 1. So I need the 2 IDs in that field to get the 2. That means the relationship says I need this one and I need this one. This one and this one. I need the 2 of them. Like I did on the relationship before, right? Yep. On the California, Texas, France, I was adding. So I need this one, right? And I need this one. But if I do this, it will be the same. If I remove this one here, it said 1. I need the 2 of them. I need the 2 of them. Otherwise, it won't work. Okay. So now I have I'm sure of myself that I cannot be wrong because I have the ID. So I have an ID. I have a field. I'm putting the ID on the field, and then I have a relationship that counts how many records I have on the other side based on this relationship with this. For that guy, I'll show you again the relationship, right? For that guy, the 2 IDs in the front and back IDs, targeting the document type ID in documents. For that guy, if I don't have 2, is a missing doc. Right?
Got it.
So,
got it.
Very easy. So do we have any question, Marge?
From the certificate status field, you could create a calculation. If the related table with the and relationship count is parentheses, close parentheses, equals 1.
If you say equal 1 is not a missing doc. The missing doc, let me put that here. The missing doc, the certificate missing doc here. I need to have the back and forth. If I said equal 1, it won't work. It should be. I'm asking for is missing, not do I have. Is I don't have. I want to know when I don't have, when I have. Understand? So for me, I don't have if it counts and 2. If I said, if this was not missing doc, I would have said this. Right? But I want to know is missing doc, so it's different than 2. If it's missing, that means it's not 2. If it's not 2, it's missing. If it is 2, I have it. It's not missing. But I want to know is missing to put this. The case here said is missing doc, tell me missing doc, right? So I need to know is missing doc, right? So I'm doing this. I could have said this if you want. Not counts equal to. That's the same. If you want, if you prefer. Not counts of this relationship equal to. If it's not equal, if it doesn't equal to, then it's missing. And you put the not in front of it. Actually, we can keep it that way. Right?
That seems like a comfort level. Are you more comfortable with the not versus with the not equal?
Yeah, exactly. So what do you prefer, you personally?
I prefer the not, so not equal.
Yeah, the not
That's
equal.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I kept it that way. It's sometimes I'm using the difference because I tell you when I'm using the different. The relationship here, you use the difference, right?
Right.
So when I'm using something involving relationship, like this, I'm using different. Then my brain is, connected. Right? Sometimes, I need to match things. So that's all. That's all. It's depending. Actually, it can depend on your mood of the day, right? But I'm fine. I'm fine with not. Not count or this is the same thing.
Right. Understand.
You know. So if you don't have any question, so I want to, okay, because tomorrow and after tomorrow, we're going to talk about all the other certificate, right? So so we're going to go to
Flight review, medical, etc.
Yeah, exactly. But they are more easier.
Because there's only one. It's there or it's
one.
not.
Yeah, exactly. It's there or not. But we're going to use the same is there not with the same global field, right? So
okay.
And so we're going to add another field for each status, right? And that's it. It's easier like this. I have a very complicated way. I built this. Okay, so this, like I said many times, it looks like it's swatting a mosquito with an atomic bomb sometime, right? But all the technique I'm showing you is for when you have a 10,000 record on the other side or 1,000,000, right? So this technique applies to when you have a lot of things on the other side. But they are good to use also for the small thing because it's very simple. No perform fine, nothing. And here, how you do that? No, let's say how you will have done this. You have related records, right? And you want to track something existing, right? So the only way we have is to do this, right? So tomorrow I'm going to show you something that is happening all the time and I think Ken, you when you have something on the related table that didn't get committed yet, and each time you change it, you get the result of the last time.
Yeah. Because it has to get that other record, and now
So how many times?
It's always a record behind.
Okay, you encountered that, right?
Yep.
Did you fix it or not? Did you find a way to fix that?
I don't remember. It's been a while. I don't remember.
But I'm pretty sure you never fix it. Or you need to go with a crazy thing. So tomorrow, I'm going to show you a way to do that because this is what was happening in that file. It was behind, always behind one. Okay. So I have a very, very nice way to do that. Okay. So, and I will be happy to share with you today, but tomorrow. But I wanted to finish this relationship matter before. So tomorrow will be more exciting.
And I'll send you sample documents so that we can.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to.
I'm supposed to do that.
Yeah. No problem. Because it will talk better for people.
Right. Yep.
That my beach pictures.
Okay. Thank you very much, Nick. Thank you everyone for coming.
Yes.
We will see you tomorrow. Yep.
Thank you, Ken.
Thanks, Nick.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir.